Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NCW, also known as New Comics Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, we chat for a few minutes about Zenescope's latest releases. And usually we're talking about a new release. And technically this is a new release, but it's also an old release. It's just us making the announcement about the graphic novel release of one of our already released releases. So today we're going to be talking about the graphic novel, The Watcher. If you guys aren't sure where you can get all of our amazing comics, our amazing graphic novels, all of our amazing products, you can always go to our web store, go under new releases, and that's where you'll see all of our newest releases. You can go on Comixology, or you can always pick it up from your local brick and mortar shop. I really do just want to say something really quick before we dive in and talk about this novel. I really enjoy doing NCW. I love doing it with you guys every week. And I was just thinking about it 2 or 3 days ago. I'm like, this is like the highlight of my week, is just getting to read some really awesome stuff by Zenescope, talk about it, and see you guys all in the comments, which I always look forward to. So, as we all know, if I have a new release, I have to bring on, the person who wrote part of it, all of it. I don't know. He's going to have to answer this question. But obviously, I have to bring on one of my favorite guests that I consistently have on this show. Everyone's favorite co-founder, one of two. Obviously, Joe is everyone's favorite, but Ralph is a close second. Okay, bringing on Ralph. Hi.
I don't like it. Let's retry that again.
Everyone's favorite co-founder. Wow, Ralph, what's up?
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Amber. Yeah,
you're welcome.
That was so nice.
Thank you.
Everybody's second favorite.
You're not. I meant you guys. It came out wrong. You're equally my favorite. You're equally everyone's favorite.
I didn't think you were going to bring me on this quickly.
I did bring you on really, really quickly. I usually read the synopsis about the book, everything like that.
Yeah, but you say a lot of stuff, but that's
usually
fine.
I do some fun facts. I was actually going to do some fun facts. I didn't write any of them down all off the top of my head. So this Friday is Friday the 13th. And in case you guys don't know, Friday the 13th is my favorite holiday. I love Friday the 13th. So some quick fun facts, but also if you listen to the podcast, Everything Zen, which dropped yesterday, I finish off the podcast with fun facts about Friday the 13th, really just aimed towards Pamela Voorhees, not about Friday the 13th as a film franchise on its own. So really quick, some Friday the 13th film franchise. You can visit a lot of the filming locations. One of them is in Connecticut. I've been. That's for part 2. You can visit part 1, which is a lottery system ticket, which I've also been. That's in New Jersey. That's the original campsite. It still stands. You can also visit part 6, which is in Atlanta, Georgia. Part 3, I believe, was filmed in California. Ralph was like, I don't care about this at all. Okay. Then you can also, I guess I'll be done with that. I believe the remake was filmed in Texas, which is very close to you.
Wow. You're awesome.
Part 2 is my favorite Friday the 13th movie. That is technically the introduction to Jason, but not his hockey mask, just Sackhead Jason, which is my favorite Jason. And let's see. Friday the 13th was, I said this in the fun facts, but was created just to make money. They didn't really care what it was going to be about. They just wanted to make money because they wanted to capitalize what was going on in the slasher film franchise. So the movie was actually totally created, produced everything in 6 weeks. It was very fast. All the original cast members have actually gone back to Friday the 13th part 1 for that filming tour, except for Kevin Bacon, who obviously is famous. Who is your favorite actor?
I know this answer for you.
So I actually have 2. Yeah, fun fact. And I don't think you do know the answer. So my favorite is actually Stephen Dash, who played part 2 Jason, because he's my favorite Jason, but he passed away 2 or 3 years ago, so I never got to meet him. I was very bummed. And my favorite all-time Jason is actually part 6 Jason, which is played by CJ Graham, who I did meet. I have a picture with. I love Kane. Kane is the most famous Jason.
I'm going to tell Kane on you.
No, he's a sweetheart. But part 6 Jason actually influenced a lot of horror films, including Scream, because of its way of writing. So it was like one of the first movies to kind of be like spoofy without being spoofy. But also quick fun fact, Friday the 13th is the least popular day to get married out of the entire year. And usually most vendors will take a cut. Also the least popular day to fly. But if I ever get married, it is my dream to get married on Friday the 13th. True story. And I have this wow, I didn't even plan this, but I have my Friday the 13th mug. And this right here, that is Freddy versus Jason. You can tell if you put any of the Jasons, I'd be able to tell you right off the bat which Jason film it was from, who portrayed it, and all that fun stuff. Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
Welcome to Friday 13th stream.
Ooh, the final chapter is a really good one. A lot of people love the final chapter. Obviously, like Tommy Jarvis is a great character. I'd really wish they bring him back into the series. But the rumor is if they ever bring Friday the 13th back, and right now the person who technically will make that possible is LeBron James, because he has the rights. So, or has the rights to main produce. So he ever brings it back, which he will, every time they try to put another Friday the 13th movie together, it actually always falls apart because the next Friday the 13th movie will be part 13. And I think there's just like a lot of pressure there. And so people don't want that pressure.
Right.
Ralph, what is your favorite Friday the 13th movie?
It's just like all of them.
So you've never watched a Friday the 13th movie?
Like, they're all so good. I can't pick.
You've never watched a Friday the 13th? That's all I'm hearing here.
I watched, I think I saw, what's the one where he goes to New York?
That's Friday the 13th, part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, which is my least favorite Friday the 13th.
I did see that in the theater for some reason. And that was
garbage.
It was horrifyingly bad. I think I saw the original like when I was a very young child. I probably shouldn't have been watching it. I just wasn't, like, I've seen bits and pieces of all of them, like a bunch of them. Not the recent, I stopped caring for. Let's not get off this subject because it's going to make me look like I'm a hater. I just don't have it.
You don't care about WoW.
I just don't care about Friday the 13th.
If anyone can see my face right now, and you can, obviously, but you can't see my heart, it's breaking.
I'm sorry. I like Halloween better.
You can't be blamed for that. Halloween, though, quick fun fact. I have a whole rant about Halloween.
Halloween 2 is the best.
I love Halloween as the first film, but as a franchise, I would say Halloween is a weaker franchise than Friday the 13th is. Mainly because they had some really bad movies in that. Like Halloween Resurrection, trash movie, horrible movie. Halloween 3, a lot of people love it. Season of the Witch has nothing to do with the rest of the storyline. I know what John Carpenter was trying to do by creating an anthology. You can't create an anthology movie. I have a lot of hot takes. Sorry. You can't create an anthology movie mid-movie. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Mid-movie series. I'm done. Sorry. Anyway, your guys' favorite Friday the 13th film, please drop it in the comments, because every film that you put in there, Ralph's going to have to watch. And then we're all going to get to talk about it, which I'm excited about. So there is going to be a new Halloween movie this year. It is dropping on October 15th, I want to say. I'm very excited for that. There's also a new Candyman movie dropping in 2 weeks. I'm going to watch all the Candyman movies. Big Candyman. We're really off topic.
I am a Candyman fan. Okay, let's get on topic. Amber,
let's talk about The Watcher.
About all the new, this isn't new release, movie release. It's not new.
I wasn't talking about new movies. Anyway, okay. So here's The Watcher graphic novel. It's $12.99, which is kind of interesting because almost all of our graphic novels are usually $19.99. But my assumption is that because it's only 3 parts, that's why it's cheaper.
Sorry, my dog's crying.
I heard too.
It's 3 oversized issues, but so I don't know why this wasn't a little bit like this. Probably could have been a $14 or $15.99 book, but alas, it's not.
Alas, it is $12.99. I only have one cover to show you guys because there's only one cover for the graphic novel. But I believe there were obviously a couple of covers done. Any of the covers would then be in the graphic novel at the end of the graphic novel. So
correct.
Let me pull up the cover.
Can you do this? I have to jump off a second.
Okay, bye, Ralph.
I'll be back in a second.
Ralph just took himself, put him on the stream and pulled me off. That's really funny. I'm sorry. I was just laughing in the background. Okay, here is the graphic novel. Here's the cover. Again, you can see what the cover art is. Did you know that you just pulled me off the stream?
Oh, I did? I'm sorry. I pulled the wrong person.
I was like talking and I'm like, oh wait, that's Ralph. He's getting up. Bye, Ralph.
Oh my God. That's funny. I don't know what was going on in there. I'm
NCW
a single father this week, so.
Okay, I'm going to read the synopsis. A Catholic deacon and his family relocate to suburban New England home that's long been rumored to be haunted by an evil entity. Ooh. As his teenage daughter Erica begins to adjust to a new school and new friends, her ongoing bouts with sleep paralysis worsen, and she begins to wonder if there really is a presence inside the home. Meanwhile, when two of Erica's high school friends are brutally murdered, she begins to suspect the creepy neighbor who she's noticed watching her through the window. Check out Beast 10's 3-issue thriller that blends the fun of Disturbia with the scares of The Conjuring from the minds of Zenescope Entertainment.
Wow, that was
That's
good.
Us.
That's us. That was
Did
good.
you write that synopsis?
I did.
Oh, that's why you thought it was good.
I think I wrote it.
So let's dive in, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So what was the inspiration behind The Watcher?
That's a good question. I wanted to do a horror, I really like the idea of doing a horror comic that felt like a movie, almost in the realm of I think I was a little bit inspired by Hereditary, if you've ever seen that movie.
I have. That movie ending. Oh,
it's a little creepy.
Wait, you said you were inspired by Hereditary? Oh, how long?
It's got a little bit of a Hereditary.
How long ago did Hereditary come out?
Inspiration to it. I don't know.
Hereditary came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
No.
Yeah. With Toni Collette.
Yeah.
I think it came out in 2017. Oh my God, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, I think this was not completely. I like those types of. I like the concept of this family and sort of it took a haunted house trope, but added new elements to it. And then Victoria, who wrote the graphic novel or wrote the series, Matthew says 2018. This must have came out. What year did the first Watcher come out? I can't remember. But I like the idea of taking this haunted house trope and kind of flipping it around and turning it into something more and making it a little bit bigger. And then B, I loved the idea of playing with religious undertones, Catholicism in general, the hypocrisy of the Catholic Church especially. So there's a little bit of some elements of that in this. And it's not like we're bashing religion. It's just got there is some hypocrisy. And I went to Catholic school my whole life, and I noticed a little bit of the hypocrisy of some of the things that were taught. And I wanted to instill a little bit of that into this. And then me and Victoria kind of talked for a while, cracked the concept. And I don't want to give too much away, but it's really a story about this girl. It's a coming of age story. What are you laughing at?
Because it's not even I'm asking you questions. You're just going.
No, I'm just going. What did you ask?
I asked you how the story came to be, but
that's what I'm telling you.
I'm sorry because you're it's about this girl. I was maybe going to ask you that.
Anyway.
Bye, Ralph. Enjoy doing your own show.
If I remove myself, okay. Anyway, what I'm saying was, I forget. Go ahead. What's the next?
You said that you and Victoria got together.
Yes, we got together. We talked it through. She came up with some really cool concepts, and then we just went with it. And she wrote it, and I worked with her on each issue, but she was the head writer, so it's her vision too. And it was fun.
I don't want to get completely off topic here. I did have two thoughts. The first one is somebody just mentioned Martyrs. That is a great movie. If you've never seen Martyrs, horror movie, watch it now. Fantastic foreign film. Second fun fact, actually, there's a documentary right now that's on Shudder, and the documentary is essentially about cursed films, and they talk about The Exorcist and how, people were really scared of The Exorcist and how it was a cursed film. But, kind of in retrospect it's so crazy that like in these types of stories, and I like The Watcher is a little different, but in these types of story where there's like this demonic entity, like people always use religion to fight it because it's like good versus evil, and that's the story of the Bible. I wonder if there'll ever be a story where like there's a demonic entity and maybe you're not using some sort of, to fight it.
Well, we're not. In fairness, we don't use religion to fight it in this series.
No, so I guess that would be a good point here.
Right. but there is, we did tie it into the Catholic, I guess a little bit of the Catholic Church vibes. Though Dad he's not a priest, because priests obviously can't get married and have families, but he's a deacon, which is rare. You don't know many deacons out there.
When you were writing the story, did you just use your like expertise as going to Catholic school, or did you actually do like research to add those elements?
Well, it was tough. Well, it was tougher because Victoria didn't have she doesn't have a background in Catholicism, but we didn't add too much. As you know, we didn't put too much of that in there anyway. There is some undertones. She goes to Catholic school. Her parents are very strict, so they don't want her. They're big against premarital sex. It's a big thing. Obviously, any parent would be, but obviously, it's taken to another degree in the Catholic Church. Like it's a big time sin, and that's a big part of the storyline of her not being. Her contemplating, like, is she going to have sex with a boyfriend? Isn't she? And then like getting around like guilt, because Catholics are very, the Catholic Church is very, very built on guilt. It's just a very guilty religion. And I wanted to use, because I grew up having that like Catholic guilt, and I wanted to kind of portray that in the story. And I think Victoria had an idea about, she was raised, I don't want to say because I don't know exactly what her religion was, but it was in the same realm, but it wasn't Catholic. And then so she didn't understand as much of the Catholic guilt part of it, and I needed to kind of bounce that off of her and kind of fill her in. She understood it once we talked about it. So yeah, that's my answer. Thank you.
Who is the Watcher?
I can't give that away. So
you don't know going into the story. This is if I never
learn about it over the course of the
Why are you laughing?
Because I just feel like you didn't read it.
I did to a certain extent. I thank you, Dave Franchitti, for the quick synopsis.
I'm trying to cover here, but
No, to be fair, that is an answer that anybody would ask. Like, who is the Watcher? Like, why pick that as the title? Like, you could have picked a lot of different titles here. You know what? Are you adding anything to this NCW?
Okay.
Do you remember that time when we were on the stream and we couldn't?
Even Chuck knows. Even Chuck knows that you didn't. Have some guilt. Have some Catholic guilt, Amber.
When we were on I was raised Catholic too. We know I was an altar server. I was a lector. My mom was CCD teacher. I am no longer Catholic. Fun fact, but
I'm not a practicing Catholic. If that makes you feel any worse or better.
It doesn't make me feel worse. I'm still very much Christian, just not Catholic. But anyway, on topic here. So we have a main character. It's told from a girl's perspective, essentially, because the main character is a girl in high school. How did you try to relate to that? Or did you really just try to give that to Victoria?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't relate to a high school girl. Victoria had to do that heavy lifting. And that was important because it was about, I wanted it to be a female perspective, for sure. A teenage girl's perspective going through that time in her life where she has to kind of deal with like the pressures of having sex with a guy she's dating who's sort of putting pressure on her, but sort of not. And like, I don't know what that's like. So like, that has to be a female perspective. So that's why I wanted a girl to write the series. And I knew Amber. I knew Victoria was a good writer. So, and Amber's a good writer, but Victoria is a good writer, and so it was just I think it was a good marriage because we worked on Peekaboo a lot together, another graphic novel or comic book series that Victoria wrote, and she was really fun to work with on developing Peekaboo, which is it's a much different story, but it's like about a bunch of like these monstrous inbred like things that are attacking hikers. And that was a lot of fun, just bouncing ideas off of Victoria. She's very good at that. So this was the same. What are you laughing at now?
I'm just laughing about how now we're talking about Peekaboo.
I just mentioned.
Okay, so the Watcher graphic novel that we're talking about today, $12.99. It's part of a 3-part story. Will there ever be more to the Watcher?
It ends on a. You know this.
I do know the ending because I read the book, Ralph.
It ends on a.
It's like on a happy note, but also a semi-cliffhanger.
It ends on a way to open up the world if we wanted to. It does end in a way that like would open up the world and follow our lead character as well, because there is a big twist. There's a couple big twists in the series, which are a lot of fun, and also like kind of disturbing. But it does end on a note where we can keep going with it, but we just haven't yet.
I felt like the ending was very similar to the series finale of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where like, spoiler alert, everybody can become a Slayer, and then so like they're out there looking for other Slayers, and that's like they're like, oh, you could go from there because there could be more storyline, but there also doesn't have to be.
Right, exactly. It's exactly the setup for it. It's like, and then we can't give away what what happens to get to this point, so because it would give away a big twist in the story. But like, yeah, there is a setup where it could be like even an ongoing series if we really wanted it to be.
Why, or maybe this is just a better generic question, like A, how long does it usually take for a series to become a graphic novel? And B, how do you decide what series should become graphic novels?
Oh, you mean when we reprint it as a graphic novel?
Yes.
I think a lot of it's sales. You know, if the comic book sales are strong, usually that'll notate that you're going to have a better selling graphic novel. If you put out a comic book series and it's not selling as well, then you're not going to make it. Why are you laughing?
I did read it, Chuck.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you, Amber.
Okay,
yeah,
but
so,
then
like Bunny Man Go in the Bunny Man, crazy sale. So we're going right to the graphic novel. Yes. Amber.
So this one took a while though. So why now?
I don't know. That's a good question. Ask Dave. Ask our publisher, Dave Franchini. I think because for some reason it's really been a strong selling book after the fact. Like, I don't think the sales were like. I think they were strong early, and it was really one of those titles like you were just like, okay, cool, that was a success, and then like it just kept selling on the website. Like we keep selling its issues. I think especially if you sell out or come close to selling out all your printing. Your first printing, or you don't want to go back to a second printing, it's not maybe worth going back to a second printing of the comic book. Then you can kind of go, okay, this book's selling. There's something that's making people want to buy this. So that's the book you will want to print as a graphic novel, reprint as a graphic novel.
Rob, I do read every comic that we get in because I always have to prep the questions. I'll be honest that I skimmed this one.
So is it fair to say you did the Dave Notes version?
I did. Dave Franchini gave me some notes. I did read the beginning and I read the end and I was pretty interested. My last question I have for you on this story is, After you write a story like this and it's a complete story and you're done, do you ever look back on stories and wish that you maybe changed something or regret it? You're just happy out. Is there anything you would have changed in this story?
No, I think it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Pretty
okay.
Good. I mean, I guess some older stuff I sometimes do. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to read my older stuff anyway because you're your biggest critic usually. So it's always like, oh, well, did I do a good job? Was that really what? Blah blah blah. At least that's how I am. There are some things I'll probably be like, oh, I should have done it this way, but I don't think it happens that much. Or if it's a book that we never did the sequel to, and then I'm like, oh, I should have just closed it at the end, like those things. And then sometimes you just hope you'll get back to something.
What if we just publish a book with endings of stories we didn't give good conclusions to? So it was like, here's the chapter, and then it's like, that's it. And then we just do that with all the stories. So people get conclusions that they want.
That would really do badly. Do poorly. That would be poorly. That's a poor way to move forward. Choose your own adventure ending.
Again, we're talking about The Watcher. It is now a graphic novel. It's one of our best-selling stories of all time here at Zenescope. As Ralph mentioned, kind of picked up later on. Not really sure why, but it is a really, really good read. I know because I read it. Also, love Disturbia. I've probably seen it like 7 times.
It's got a little Disturbia vibe to it.
It does. It does. My boyfriend's favorite movie is Disturbia.
I do enjoy a good Disturbia movie.
Yep. Seen it more times than anyone else has probably ever seen it in their lives.
Big Shia fan.
Okay. I'm going to kind of go into recap mode here. Would you like to stay on for that?
No, you don't need me, I guess.
I'd love for you to stay on.
Sad. No, I was just trying to think if I had to announce anything like important.
We can.
Yeah. Yes.
You're just going to stay on. I'm going to start, and then I'm going to ask you stuff. Okay. So, again, we're talking about The Watcher. It's $12.99. It is a graphic novel. We were releasing the 1 through 3 story that Ralph co-wrote with Victoria. It's a great story. Fantastic. One of Ralph's best pieces. I don't know. I haven't read too many of his. So
you don't read any of my stuff. That's fair.
I do. Next week's releases are Grimm Universe Presents Quarterly, Zodiac versus Death Force. Why are you laughing?
Because I was trying to pull up Rob's comment.
Oh, can you pull it up? I'm sorry. I clicked it away.
He said there's a martini call.
I know. That's what he's always doing.
It's only Wednesday. Oh, Wednesday.
Zodiac versus Death Force, which is 2 characters that I know you guys love and you want to see go at it. So I will be having writer Jay Sandlin come on next Wednesday. Can't wait to see all of you there. And Belle, Dragon Clan, will also be coming out next week. On top of that, it just deleted my banner. Did you delete something? No.
I didn't delete anything.
I just lost my banner of other upcoming releases for next week. Well,
oh my God.
Our upcoming releases that are happening later on is Robin Hood Annual The Swarm. We also have Grimm Fairy Tales number 51. We also have, I wish I had written them down. I don't think I did. Oh, wait, they're here. We also have Grimm Spotlight Red Agent Beast of Belgium. And we talked about, yesterday, we released some press about one of our latest upcoming titles, which is Rise of the Djinn.
Oh, Rise of the Djinn. Well, that's in previews now.
Yeah, I know, but that's far from now.
So that's we did announce our new publishing deal, 3-book. So right now it's 3 titles we're doing with Kevin Grevious, who created Underworld, co-created the Underworld series.
Has also been on Movie Club.
Franchise, I should say. He was on Movie Club. We're doing Rise of the Djinn first. And then we'll do another series with Kevin in 2022 and then another in 2023. So that's really exciting. And we have a bunch of cool stuff coming out.
That's awesome.
So, including, yes, go ahead.
I'm sorry, you can keep going.
I lost my train of thought.
I was also going to show the covers, but I didn't before. So here is Zodiac versus Death Force. Here is the cover, and then here is Bell Dragon Clan cover, just so you guys know. Well, we'll be talking about next Wednesday.
I am excited for Bachelorette Party. Tales of Terror Bachelorette Party comes out in a couple. I think it's in right now. It's August 18th, if that's right. So that's
it won't be dropping till September now.
Okay. Okay.
We're excited though.
Well, at least Amber knows more than me.
I pulled up the.
I must have pulled up an old publishing schedule.
Live stream schedule, and that's what is currently not on there. So
I looked at an old publishing schedule.
Something else that is taking place is our VIP event, which is happening next Friday and Saturday. What would you like to talk about there, Ralph?
So here's the deal. VIP event. It's crazy because we have we're trying to do a lot of interactive stuff. If you guys, I don't know how many of you guys joined us last year for the VIP event. We have we have more than 4, right? We have 6 things we're trying to do, or 5 things.
We have 6 interactive events, but then we'll also just be having 2 or 3 regular events of like just us talking about like we're doing a CGC.
Rambling. But we got a bunch of signups for the interactive events, which is crazy.
We're so happy. We love you guys.
We are. I wish we could get everybody in, like, as much. We do have a ton of people on the waiting lists. So hopefully a lot of you guys are already on stuff. We're trying to sort that out now. But it should be fun. I mean, even if you're not in a virtual event, obviously a lot of you guys still watch and are in comments, so we appreciate that. But the virtual events would be a lot of fun this year. So we're just trying to put all our ducks in a row right now because there's a lot of happening.
If you have any questions or anything about the VIP or anything about RSVPing or double checking your RSVP, email Adrienne. She'll be able to get back to you on all of that. And she'll be emailing everyone later today, tomorrow, depending on how many emails she has to send out, about what events you are confirmed for, as well as what events, you might be added to the wait list later on. So join us next Friday and Saturday. You're a VIP. If you're not a VIP, become a VIP.
All inquiries, very good segue. All inquiries will be at VIP at Zenescope.com and ask Adrienne. If there's something full and you want to get in, you'll get on a waiting list. And then if something happens, you get bumped up the waiting list. And then hopefully, like, we could do more interactive events throughout the year. If we'd love to, if we can. I'm still trying to work that all out. So, like, the writer's room's always the most popular thing to do, for example, but we only have time to do one writer's room with, like, and we're limited. So it's like we had like 50 requests, only 5 or 6 people I think can be in the writer's room, unfortunately. So I wish we could do more of those, but it's just tough. That's all.
So if you are a VIP and you haven't signed up or you have any questions, hit up Adrienne, and we hope to see you next Friday and Saturday. That stream will not be taking place on YouTube or across our board. That will just be happening on Facebook in our VIP event group. So make sure that if you're not a VIP and you want to be a part of it, become a VIP. It's only $99, and that is a one-time $99 price forever. Cool. So other stuff that's happening is our Second Life debut dropped, and it happened last week. There's going to be some really, really great press about it.
Happening at burgers, hot dogs, fries, and shakes.
I'm so hungry right now.
I'm starving.
I wish that I was.
The Hatter's hat is very big.
It is really big. I kind of need the Cindy outfit, but you can play in the Zenescope universe as much as you'd like. It's very fun. Ralph has his own avatar there. It's pretty cool.
I do. I'm the avatar. I'm my character from Unbound. If you guys have read Unbound, I know Amber probably has read it several times.
I have. Great story.
They made me my own character, which in Unbound is an avatar of another character. So it's very meta.
Like metaverse.
Yeah.
That's right. I went there with that.
That was good.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Is there anything else you want to talk about that, or can I keep going on my recaps?
Just do whatever you want.
Okay, it is my show. Join us on Wednesday,
you spelled
August.
School wrong.
You're canceled, okay? I told Ralph when I was making this graphic, I was like, I'm spelling school with a K because we're edgy. And Ralph's like, please don't. But I did it anyway. So we're having a virtual after school special because even though we love our VIPs, they're the best. We know that, maybe not everybody is a VIP, but still wants to get access to some of the cool stuff that we will be unveiling in August and September. So join us Wednesday, Wednesday, August 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be in detention, obviously, because, we're the quote unquote bad boys of comics. So make sure that you come and hang out with us that Wednesday. Anything you'd like to add there, Ralph? Nope, all done. I believe that's it. So thank you guys again for another riveting edition of NCW. It's been with Ralph. What?
It is riveting.
It is riveting. Thank you. Hope to see you guys next Wednesday, where I mentioned that we will have writer Jay Sandlin on. And, thank you guys again for joining NCW. This is Amber signing off, where you come for the covers, but stay for the stories. Bye, guys.